welcome to today's episode of Full Out Flying Solo. We decided we're going to try something fun and new, that at the beginning of every episode, we're going to share the most full out comment I've gotten this week on one of my stand-up clips. And I haven't seen it yet because I can't read my comments because some of them get crazy. So Molly sent me one and I'm scared to even open it because I might have to end the podcast after, depending on how intense it is. No, I try to have a thick skin, but I've decided the best way for me to have a thick skin is to not read them. But here we go. I'm going to do it for you guys. Let's see one of my craziest comments. Oh my gosh. Okay, I don't know what video this was on. Molly, what video? What is the... Okay, so the comment is, Louis C.K. delivered this way better, ... awkward. I'm like, okay, well, Louis C.K. is like not really around. I mean, he's kind of...
It's on the abandoned children's video, abandoned children.
I don't think that Louis C.K. has that joke. So I have a joke that says like I'm... you know, people who abandon their kids. I used to think like, how did they do that? And now I think, how did they do that? Now that I have 2 kids. Anyways, whatever. See me live. You'll see the real deal. But that's so funny. Okay, well, sorry that was awkward for you, Daniel to Earth. I feel like, can I out people's handles? Okay, that was pretty tame, I feel like. I can't wait till we get to my video I have a video about an abortion I had, and a lot of the comments got crazy, and somebody was like, you should abort yourself. And I was like, so are you pro-abortion then? Thank you. I got somebody over to our side. Yeah, the comments are insane. Okay, I feel like I went full out this week on, the past few weeks, the past 44 days to be exact. I don't know when you're going to be seeing this, but on Where is Nancy Guthrie, Savannah Guthrie's mom. So I am somebody who will fall deep into a story and know every single detail about whatever story is happening. And it's weird. It has to be something that doesn't terrify me. Like, it can't be somebody of my age getting killed or kidnapped, or it can't have to do with children, but she's a grandmother. She's 84 years old. And I need to know where she is. And I feel like I've watched every single video on it. So I'm just gonna give some of my conspiracy thoughts, maybe not conspiracy theories on it, because nobody will really say straight up what they think, because, well, I guess I'm supposed to say this is all for entertainment purposes. I've watched enough of these videos to know that I'm supposed to say this is all for entertainment purposes because people can get sued. But okay, apparently this is one rabbit hole I don't go down, but there's this whole section of mediums who thinks that they can solve cases, and they've gotten sued in the past because they've really been I channeled it, this person at this university, professors. They've come after professors at universities and said this person killed these 4 college kids, and when they're completely off, it's they have no real information, but they're mediums. So there's a lot of mediums that have come out to try and solve the Nancy Guthrie case and have been saying that she's in a river, in a body of water. And I'm like, okay, that is so generic, I feel like. And people are like, did you check with this medium? They're flying into her house in Tucson, Arizona, and they're she lives in Tucson, right? They're flying there and trying to walk around her house and stuff and do medium stuff. It's crazy. One, I feel so bad for this family, because imagine if your mom just went missing and you never knew where she was the rest of forever. But I'm like, do they know? I think they know. That's what I think. I think they know, and they're not allowed to say because it's going to mess up the case, but I think they know who did it. And these are a few of my... Okay, there's this guy who got detained, who lived really close to her with his mom, who got detained, who looks exactly exactly like the guy in this like Ring doorbell footage that they put out, like exactly. And he has like past drug charges for like trafficking drugs and stuff. He's like not like a super clean, squeaky clean guy. He looks exactly like him. And he finally went and did an interview with somebody saying that he is not the guy and like everybody needs to stop accusing him. But the guy in the footage they have on this Ring doorbell has tattoos on his wrist and stuff. And this guy in the dead heat of Arizona shows up for his interview like head to toe, full body covered in like the longest shirt he can possibly find. He shaved his face. He had like a facial hair. He comes clean shaven, long shirt covering his arms. Other people are saying that he's wearing like a padded vest underneath to make him look heftier than he is. I don't know. I think he has something to do with it, honestly, and they just don't have enough information on him to get him yet. And I think he was paid by somebody to do it. I don't think it has anything to do with kidnapping her to get money. I think this was like a hired hit. And I have lots of conspiracy theories from like the top to the bottom. But a lot of people think it has something to do with Epstein. And it came out like, honestly, it was, the reason I got so obsessed with it was because I started to look at the Epstein files. And then I was like, I think I'm having an existential panic attack because I'm like, oh my God, this is terrifying. I can't, like, I'm freaking out. And then this happened like the next day. And I was like, oh, thank God, something like a little lighter to take my mind off of the Epstein files. The fact that like an 84-year-old woman is missing is gonna like distract me from this. It's like crime light, which is insane. Is that where we're at as a culture? I don't know. And then TMZ got very involved. TMZ is like it's crazy that we're living in an age where TMZ is our source of reliable information now. I don't know. But Savannah Guthrie interviewed the survivors. She was the first one to do like an interview of the survivors of Epstein years ago, and people think that she has like more on it, and that this was a like, you better watch your back kind of a hit that was put out. And then there's this guy who, apparently Savannah Guthrie's mom's name was researched, like Googled multiple times, like before her disappearance. And it's coming from this place in Colorado. And this guy did this whole thing where he's like, Colorado this is where Epstein like has his money, and all of his money goes through this like town in Colorado. And that's where the mom's name was searched multiple times. So I don't know, but I don't know why this happens to me, but I can't stop looking at it, and I can't stop like trying to find out every single bit of information. And at one point I was like, if I didn't have kids and a husband, I definitely would have driven there already and been like, I'm here to help. I would have been like, I brought the caution tape. We should have caution taped off the house a long time ago, right guys? I was like, and I talked to one of my friends and I was like, Nadia, I need to just be honest with you, and I need help because I think I'm becoming like obsessive compulsive with the Nancy Guthrie case, and I need to say it out loud to somebody so that I can just like stop myself from doing it because it's taking over my life and I can't stop watching videos about it. And she goes, okay, I'm just going to tell you something that you're probably not going to want to hear. And I was like, okay. And she's like, this is just who you are. This is one of your weird quirks about you. So I think you should just let yourself do it and just like full blown go into it. And I was like, but why? Like, it's not doing anything good for my life. At one point I was out with Marco. He came to one of my shows and then we had to go to a party afterwards. So I was like, just ride with me to my show. He went to get food while I did my show because I was like, I don't really like him to come to my shows very much. He did sneak in and told me later that he watched my show, which was also like weird. This is how he told me he watched my show. He goes, I got back in the car and I was like, okay, I'm ready to go. And he's like, how'd it go? And I was like, pretty good. I felt like good about it. And he's like, yeah. And then he's like, I watched it. I snuck in the back. And I was like, well, why did you ask me how it went? Like, that's so rude. Like, what if I was like, I don't know. Anyways, so the whole way from I I was the whole way from my show to the party. Marco and I never get to jog. Every time we try to jog, Penelope's like, look at this, look at this, look at this. Oh my God, look at this. Or Benjamin's just like, dive bombing off of the dining room table or something. So we never get to jog. And we have 30 minutes in the car to talk, but they were doing a SWAT raid of the guy's house that I think is involved. And it was live, and that's the other thing that's happening that's weird is they're live droning, like everything that's happening at the house. Like, how can you not look away when they're like live droning SWAT raids now? Like, we can see everything happen. It's like, why are they ever gonna make another TV show or movie ever again if you could just watch a live SWAT raid? I was like, this seems incredibly inappropriate to be doing this live, but I am watching it. And I was like, I can't talk to you because I need to watch this live SWAT raid. Anyways, I really hope they find her. I'm pretty sure everybody thinks she's not alive anymore. I feel awful for the family, and I hope they find her so I can just like get back to my normal life, but then something else is going to happen and I'm going to get sucked in and have to like go full blown down a rabbit hole about that. But for now, it's kind of trickled off with news about her, so I am kind of coming back to life, and that's sad, but hopefully that means they're about to catch somebody, and yeah, I hope they do. But the world is crazy. Lock your doors. Pay for a subscription of your Ring doorbell camera. Upgrade your cameras. I was raised on Dateline, like Lifetime movies and stuff, so I don't know if this is where this obsession comes in, but I always thought I was going to get kidnapped my whole life, so maybe that's why, like if I try and analyze why I get so obsessed with these things, it's like my mind needs to play out all the worst case scenarios that could possibly happen to me and like see them happen and be like, what did they miss? What hole did they miss? A big hole that they missed was not paying for the subscription to their Ring doorbell camera. So that was a big one. Upgrade your Ring doorbell. But I just, I don't know. When I was little, I was like, I'm gonna get kidnapped. Like, I almost did get kidnapped. Well, my sister almost got kidnapped one time. And I was sitting there next to her, and I was like, she fell for all the things because she didn't stay up late and watch Lifetime movies with me and my mom. So the guy like asked her for a hug, and she was like, okay, I'll give you a hug. And I was like, what are you doing? And I like ripped her a new one. And we were like 7 and 8, and I was like, he was gonna kidnap you. He was gonna kidnap her. Like, the work van that he was in didn't match like the utility like company, that outfit that he was wearing. It was like 2 different things. I don't know. I just have always been on the lookout for this. So you think it's not gonna happen to you anymore once you reach a certain age, but now thanks to this whole situation, I'll be on the lookout for this the rest of my entire life. She's 84 years old, you guys. And then all these other people came out and are like, this happened to my grandma. My grandma went missing 4 years ago, exactly like this. We haven't found her. And I'm like, grandmas are going missing? Like, what the hell is happening? Okay, so you guys stay safe out there. And hopefully they find her soon. I'm sure I'll be the first to know when they do. All right, have a great week. Bye.